That threw me a little bit.
It's a bit different, isn't it? Welcome to Miniature Wargaming Warriors. My name's Ken, and I'm joined tonight by Seventh Son Martin. Good evening.
Hello.
We're going to be your entertainment for an hour or so. And we're going to be talking the one thing that Martin does like, despite all the rumours going around, which is ECW Cavalry, but he doesn't like painting Napoleonic Cavalry.
No, I hate every second of it. There is nothing redeeming about it, and anyone who says otherwise is lying.
Yes. No, exactly. I'm painting some ECW Cavalry as well from the Warlord kit. And this is actually my first bit of hobby I've managed to do in about a week and a half. Literally, I haven't managed to do absolutely jack, which is why there's not been any content coming out on the channel, which, I can only apologise for. But real life, obviously, sometimes gets in the way, even though it's really, really crap, and I hated every minute of not being able to paint. But who we got tonight? We got Luke. You all right, Luke? Hope you're all good. You got Lionheart. Ricky's here. Buddy. Steve's here. Benjamin's here. You all right, buddy? Evil Jim's in the house.
Evil Jim.
Solvent Abuse UK. Sup, guys? Sup?
Jim, I need to order some more ECW Cavalry off you. I'm 4 short. Actually, I'm 3 short, but I know they only come in packs of 4.
You're actually serious? You're 4 short? Oh, mate.
It's because I'm doing them in 9s. So you get 24.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I need 3 more. And Jim's your man.
Jim is the man, especially for sprues. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, if you haven't checked him out, go to Jim's shop, Evil Jim Reaper. Jim, you can stick the link in the chat if you like, mate. It's fine. Not a problem. But yeah, happy days, guys. Benjamin said real life sounds better. And the graphic, no, I can assure you it's not better.
Laura is listening. He doesn't mean that. He loves life.
I haven't seen Laura. I haven't seen her in like near enough 2 weeks. It's been crazy. I come to bed and it's like, and that's it. That's
Ship's passing in the night.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh mate. But no, getting on the line of Cavalry then. So we're both, it's been a while since I've painted some Cavalry. Last stuff I did was Naps. I've never painted ECW. Have you got any hints and tips, Martin, for going with these guys? So I've got a bulk batch here of 40 guys all sprayed, ready to go. So yeah. What would you recommend? Would you recommend
I'm painting them a regiment or a unit at a time, but I'm doing it in one successive go. So I'm going to deal with all my ECW Cavalry. So I like doing something start to finish. So I have something that it keeps me motivated. These guys, because I played around with them a little bit, I'm not painting the riders separate. I'm doing them all. You got them glued on?
Same.
Yeah,
same.
Yeah, they're so straightforward because there's not a lot of detail that you're missing underneath the rider. So for these guys, I just mount them straight away. I just paint the horse first. I deal with the horse, except for the weathering, which I do at the end, so you get a consistent.
So what do you do for your weathering stuff then?
So for weathering, I dry brush with my favourite colour, deck tan.
I'm going to have to get deck tan because you keep talking about deck
I had a comment on my last video saying I was getting really worried that it wasn't you, but then at like 10, and then they time stamped it when I said deck tan. So I do that by and then also I dry brush some earth colors over the bottom, but I use, and I think this is what Steve uses as well, but I use this on my cavalry. Where is it? Some Vallejo, this stuff, the mud effect, but I stipple it up the legs of the horses. So I stipple it up the legs, and also I don't know if this is going to come out very well. Come on, focus. I stipple it up the legs of the horses and on the underside of the horses. I know that's going to focus.
Seeing your face still.
Yeah, so it just spatters it. So I put it on like anything that's on the lower half. I don't like coat it over it, but just represent stuff that's been kicked up.
Yeah.
But I do it all at the same time because otherwise, if you weather the horse separate and then the man separate, you can sometimes look a bit inconsistent.
Yeah,
so
I just do it all together.
Well,
Well, what I'm trying to do is I've learned with this contrast is not to be too bothered about when I'm painting the straps of the horses because they're going to be a darker color. I just paint the whole horse brown. I don't try and be neat around it all. Does that
So you're not doing what I'm doing right now. Then like this.
No,
I'm missing everything. Because
no.
what color are your straps? Mine are Dark Angels green because they're like a really dark green. These ones.
What for brown on black? I think on these guys or brown. So
Yeah, to be honest, straps and things. I don't know. I just tend to grab the nearest color and paint straps. I've never really considered reins and things like that.
No, I've not considered them separately, but I've definitely, I will paint them. But I just I just don't bother if I hit the rain with the brown. It just gets painted brown for the minute, and then I'll go over a different color after because that's the joy of Gore Granather, the best contrast paint out there.
Gore Granather is the best contrast paint.
Absolutely. But yeah, what else we got going on in the chat then? So Tony Tiger saying evening.
Hello, Tony.
Old school FRP. Hi, bud. Benjamin said, try doing 150 nat cab at once. No. More fun than last time I broke my arm. Battle Matt's going, even what the fuck? Horses.
Yep. Yeah, this is kind of like a penance. It's like our Saturday night penance.
Yes.
Nothing better to do. Let's paint.
No. You got Luke saying I'm addicted to deck tan because of my. There you go. Hashtag blame mine. It's overtaken Nolan Oil as my must-haves. Boots on the table. Dom is saying evening, chaps. Hello, Dom.
I haven't seen him here before.
No,
hello.
I haven't seen you before.
First time.
Grandad's Art Space is saying good evening, everyone, and Rob Jones is saying hi, chaps. Do you know what I've just realised? I've left the cat outside, so I better go and let her in quickly.
Isn't the whole reason you're at home because you're meant to be looking after the cat?
Yes. So let me just go and make sure she's.
See, I've never when we've been doing streams, I've never locked my child outside. At least the child has been inside. I just have to check.
You just forgot, yeah.
Where are you going? This is your stream. Where are you going?
Keep them entertained.
All right then. How do we tell everybody? How do we tell Laura that Ken has locked his cat outside that he's meant to be taken care of? How can we stitch Ken up? Oh dear. Anyway, I hope everybody is well. This is Seventh Son on Miniature Wargaming Warriors channel. The cat's all right.
She's indoors anyway.
It went fine. It went fine for 30 seconds. I didn't at all mention that we should stitch you up. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Cheers. Yeah. All right, shut down. He's gone. Of course, yeah. Oh dear, yeah. So yeah, Cavalry then. It's one of those things that people, I think it's a bit like Marmite is a good way to describe Cavalry, would you say? You either love it or you hate it.
I love, yeah, well, I really do. I really, really like Cavalry. I just don't like painting Napoleonic Cavalry, but I love Cavalry in games. I love how they act in the game. I like how you're meant to use Cavalry.
Yeah.
I just don't like painting Napoleonic Cavalry.
It's like fantasy Cavalry, like Lord of the Rings stuff. I've not painted any yet, but I can imagine that.
Dude, Rides the Rohan.
I
knock those out in an evening. I love them because they're all different shades. French Lancers, no.
Lancers can go away.
I know. I've got. I mean, obviously, I did that unit, the Union Brigade, the Royal Dragoons the other day, and I'm now. I've got one British unit left to do, and 3 French, and then that's all my Napoleonic Cavalry done. So I'm trying to steel myself for the next amount. It took some pretty gruesome peer pressure to get me to do those ones.
It has taken a lot of peer pressure to get you to do those. What would you like for me now is obviously I'm painting these. These for me are going to be the reason I'm doing these first in this project is because I don't want to do them. So I really want to paint the pipe blocks. Mm-hmm. So I'm forcing myself to paint these before I can paint the pipe blocks. Do you think that's a good idea for someone that might not like doing it?
Yes and no. I wouldn't necessarily paint all of them because I think that could burn you out on the project. That would be me. I'd probably paint a couple of you because you got 40. So that's what 4. Are you doing in 12s?
9s.
You're doing like 9s and 27.
Yeah.
So you got 4 and a bit. So I'd probably do 2 because also if you do 2, they're usable in a game. Whereas if you do 4 and then say you stall out on doing pipe blocks, you've got less stuff for a game. So I would do like I do like, say do half of them to do 2, and then maybe do a pipe block with 2 wings of musketeers, and then maybe it's a storming party, and you've got an army. But an army, you've got like a decent sized thing and a cannon, and then go back around again and do the same thing. Because pipe blocks on their own will get slaughtered if they haven't got the muskets either side to support them.
Do you find these cavalry, these ECW cavalry, you can be a bit more liberal with them because there's not so much text around compared to Napoleonic cavalry? Obviously, there's a lot of text around it and stuff like that. And the same with, 100 Years War and War of the Roses cavalry. You can be a little bit more liberal, can't you, with choosing bits and bobs?
Yeah, I mean, I try not to let.
You try and use an artistic license.
I try to be, I wouldn't ever want to, like we said before so many times, our models our way, but with this stuff, we know like the rough size of regiments and roughly what they're wearing. But with ECW cavalry, it's mostly buff coats over some sort of like coloured jerkin or tunic or whatever. And then, who's to say that, that all the reins were the same colour or the saddle cloths were the same colour? It's
one of those.
I find it a bit more liberating. And also, they probably weren't fighting at full strength anyway, most of the time, So, and certainly at this time, I think they were raising regiments and press ganging people into service at different times. So,
what year is your army actually based on? Have you got a year or a campaign?
Mine is based on the late Oxford Army, so it's the later part of the First Civil War. So it's 40. Hang on.
I just chucked you a ball there, didn't I?
No, that's all right. Look, got it. It is. So mine can represent either the early army or the. So the late Oxford Army is sort of 1643 to 1644, and then the other one, the early army, sort of 1642.
Yeah. So mine is based on the Battle of Cheriton, which is in March 1644. But I'm pretty sure that that sort of formation was around in late 43. I've done a bit of research. It wasn't a whole lot. So it's William Waller was the commander, with William Balfour, is it? Is his lieutenant general. So, and who was he? Who did he fight? The Earl of I can't pronounce that last name. The Earl of Forth. Is that right?
I don't know. Who's Charrington Hopton is the guy that he fought against, Roy.
He's a joint. So Ralph Lord Hopton, and then you've got Commander in Chief Patrick, someone called Patrick Ruthven.
Yes. Hopton's. I've got Hopton's regiment, and I got Hopton. So, Hopton and Waller.
What is foot regiment? Does he have a?
Yeah, he has a foot regiment and a horse regiment. Hopton does. But Hopton and William Waller were really, really good friends before the war. So it's something that I was.
That's quite cool. I wonder if that was why there wasn't that many casualties in that battle.
You should have a look at the letter. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll look it up quickly. They sent some letters to each other, and they're quite moving because they're friends. Like before the war, like they were fighting together on the continent. Like they rescued I can't remember, was it like a German princess or something together? So they fought together, and then obviously they fell on either side. Here, hang on a minute. Let me find. I think Waller wrote to Hopton. Here we go.
And that's another thing I was going to ask you, actually, because obviously you know a lot more about this than I do at the minute, because I'm still doing initial research and stuff.
Yeah.
So after the Civil War ended, like in it's 44, wasn't it? 1644.
The First Civil War, yeah.
First Civil War. Was there many reprisal executions and stuff after, or did they all just pack up and go home, sort of thing?
Well, the First Civil War ended with the capture of Charles.
Yeah.
But then he was basically just under arrest and in prison.
Yeah.
Then the Second Civil War sort of kicked off and was meant to be sort of like a way of getting him out, and then that failed. Then they executed Charles, and then the third civil war was his son, but that didn't really last very long. Reprisals, not really, well.
Still
a lot of them got exiled. A lot of them got imprisoned. Like a lot of the royalists, like Astley, he got imprisoned and exiled. But the thing is, like, he also never broke the terms of his parole. Like, I think a couple of them might have got executed, but most of them, I think, ended up either leaving the country and going abroad with Charles' son, Charles II, and sort of being in his court, or they obviously then they came back with him. They had reprisals. The royalists had reprisals when Charles took the throne, and they went after the regicides, so the people who signed the death warrant for Charles. That's why they dug Cromwell up and cut his head off, and a bunch of the others. So, but they didn't hunt down everybody. It was a bit. I don't think they were like sort of probably. Other people might know, but I don't think they were like mass reprisals or anything like that.
No. It's just I'm just interested, to be honest with you. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, I found one of the letters. So this is to Ralph Hopton from William Waller, and it just says, "Sir, the experience I have of your worth and the happiness I have enjoyed in your friendship are wounding considerations when I look upon the present distance between us. Certainly my affection to you is so unchangeable that hostility itself cannot violate my friendship, but I must be true wherein the cause I serve. But great God, which is the searcher of my heart, knows with what a sad sense I go about this service, and with what a perfect hatred I detest this war without an enemy. But I look upon it as the opus domini, and that there is enough to silence all passion in me. The God of peace in his good time will send us peace. In the meantime, we are upon the stage and must act those parts that are assigned to us in this tragedy. Let us do so in the way of honour and without personal animosities. Whatever the outcome, I will never willingly relinquish the title of your most affectionate friend, William Waller." So he wrote that to Doctor. So
because for the amount of troops that actually turned up on that battlefield, there was a lot. It's like I'm looking here. There was the Royalists had 12 guns, 3,500 cavalry, 5,000 infantry. The Parliamentarians had 16 guns, between 500 800 dragoons, horse between 3,000 and 5,000, and foot 5,000 to 7,000. And if I remember rightly, that actually wasn't that many.
It's about 300, I think. I think I remember. Like,
it was a really tiny amount. It's obviously speculation we're causing here, obviously, because we never know. But it's just like it's one of those things, isn't it? To think about. It's like, was it that reason? Was it not? It's an interesting one, isn't it?
It is. It is. I think also. I think generally, in the war, like the Civil War casualty figures are slightly less in battles, or even that one is just better recording, because obviously a lot of medieval battles, the casualty figures are inflated by the heralds, because it makes
you want your lord to look good, don't you?
Look better, yeah. No, it's are you doing dragoons? Have you got any dragoons?
Not at the minute. I haven't got any, but I'm sure I probably will do.
Yeah, I've been informed quite fiercely. I'd probably say that you can't really have an ECW army without at least a unit of dragoons.
Is that from Miller? Is it?
That was from Miller. I think Paul and Dom also said something like that.
Oh, okay.
But I'm currently picking, because I think I'm going to go with the Bicorn miniatures, which are more expensive, but they're really, really nice.
Yeah, you like the old Bicorn, don't you?
I do like Bicorn. They're just quite expensive, but then you pay for sort of what you get. Yeah. But then I think in Warlord Games you get for 45 quid you get the mounted and the foot as well.
Dismount as well.
So of course the thing is you're painting up double for the same unit. So that's the only thing you got to that's cavalry. That's sort of like,
that's for cavalry.
I've only got to paint up 9. Actually, I've got to paint up 9 men, 9 horses, and then 9 mounted guys. So I've actually got to paint up 27 to represent 27 things to represent 9 models.
Which is very painful. Yeah,
if you think about it like that.
So Ricky at the minute he's putting 3 boxes of Perry Austrians hussars together while watching us.
Oh man, they look so nice, but they're hussars, dude.
Huzzah! And
I broke after one.
Trying to finish his French battalion for his mic makes him tile the bathroom.
I'd rather tile a bathroom than paint a hussar.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I
So-
can tell you that.
Jim's saying, I'm pushing the Napoleonic button at the minute, doing some undead Fusiliers. Can't wait for actually. So Ben's painting up Battalion of Hanoverian. Very
But
nice.
weirdly, don't mind painting infantry at all. Doesn't
No,
bother me
I
at
like
all.
painting. I like
Napoleonic
painting
infantry doesn't even matter if they're not in greatcoats.
Oh, I think
You know,
great
if we're
coats,
talking
it just
British,
it just makes life the easiest thing in the
yeah,
world.
but it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I don't know what it is. I think maybe I've just got some kind of sort of mental block when it comes to it. So
Oh
I
my
just don't.
god! Do you know when you? It sounded like you about something to say. Then as soon as you said that, because I've heard it the other night, it was bloody Boyzone popped in my head. Then or I was singing it last night. So yeah,
I was not singing Boyzone last night, Ken.
there's I bet
Haley does not like Boyzone.
Oh my god!
Haley likes Backstreet Boys. Take that.
I like Boyzone. Even I like.
She doesn't like Boyzone. I don't think she likes Boyzone. Pretty sure she doesn't like Boyzone. I don't want to ask her because I don't really want to know the answer, to be honest.
And you don't want her to play it either.
Not really.
So Gary's saying love cavalry, working on some Mongolian cavalry at the minute from Fireforge Games currently. Oh, very nice, mate.
Hey, they look wicked, and I something I'd quite like to do at some point. Although
Yeah.
I did look at doing a Mongolian thing in 15 mil once because I liked having the idea of like loads of it on the table.
Yeah, I wonder because it's 28 mil cavalry we're painting, we don't like it as much. Maybe if it was like 6 mil or 15 mil.
No, I've done loads of 15 mil for the 30 Years War. Like I said, I don't have any problem with these. It's just when they're Napoleonic. Yeah, I think it's.
So in other words, for Christmas, or
effectively uniform.
Buy Martin a box of hussars.
Yeah, I ain't gonna paint them. I'll just be doing a massive giveaway.
Oh shit! Oh dear! I wish I made you paint cavalry now as your Christmas challenge.
Yeah, but I painted one for you anyway.
You did.
Yeah, but that's fine because it's like one model. It's fine, and it's Napoleon. I say, the Wars of the Roses cavalry. I could just sit there and knock those out. I love painting mountain men at arms and the light cavalry because you can just be a bit more. I think you just can be
liberal,
a bit more creative.
Yeah,
with it.
Yeah, you
whereas you are Napoleonic with the uniforms and things. You get a little bit more stifled, but only if you choose to be, and
Yeah. So Battle Matt's saying 43 and 44. He's doing Gloucester's campaign at the minute. He's quite into that stuff.
Like you, he's a filthy parliamentarian.
Oh, nice one, Matt. I like that. They rescued Princess Elizabeth, sister of the King Charles and Queen of Bohemia. Let's see who they rescued. Oh wow.
You should you should look it up, Ken, and see. It's really interesting.
I probably will.
Like their friendship.
I like an audio book as well to go with it. That'd be nice, but there's not many.
I wonder if there's like a because the Civil War is one of these ones that doesn't have a lot of historical fiction around it, but that would be quite a cool.
No, I was a bit gutted about that, to be honest.
There's a couple.
Yeah,
there's a couple. Is it Ben Kane? I think writes. There's done a couple, but. There's some murder mystery ones that are set during the Civil War, which are quite fun. But it's obviously nothing to do with the battles or anything like that. But it's all all in the background, which is a bit which is just kind of like everyone's insane.
Yeah, I've got to admit, Napoleonics are good for that. There's so much. So many books. Obviously, have you read Bernard Cornwell's Waterloo book?
It's down here somewhere. I was using it to. When I take photos, I use it to create hills.
Oh, okay.
I use Waterloo for that. I have read it. I haven't read it.
I know what I've got to do is I've got to listen to War and Peace. I have to listen to it, don't I? Really, it's one of those things.
Just watch the BBC one.
Is it? Yeah. It's good.
It's good. Yeah. It's good. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's on Netflix. We watched it on there because I've tried War and Peace. My good friend and my business partner, he said, I like this quote, and he said, "War and Peace is the only book he's ever read where he felt he had to take notes of who people were on the ways he was reading it, so he could remember who they were when he came back." But no, there's a thing on the BBC did an adaptation of it. It's got the guy that Haley likes from Grantchester in it.
Oh yeah.
And a couple, and some good actors in it actually.
Right,
And
I'm
the
pretty
guy
sure.
from the guy from Bottom's in it. Not Rick Mail. Yeah. What's the other guy called? What's the other guy from Bottom called? Forgotten. Oh, but he's in it. And the battle scenes are pretty cool. You've never seen Bottom?
No. Oh, never even heard of it before you said it just now. Have you never? Honestly, I've never heard of that.
You never heard of the TV series Bottom?
No.
The comedy. It's just it's Rick Mail and no, right? I'll just send it to you afterwards.
I've never heard of Rick Mail, mate. I'm not good with names, honestly. Who the fuck's Rick Mail?
Are you joking? Are you joking about Flashheart and Blackadder? That's Rick Mail.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
that's it. Aid Edmondson as everyone comes in. They get, it's good. But yeah, no, watch it. It's good. We watched it, the whole thing in a couple of minutes. And the guy, I felt the guy that got to play Napoleon was actually quite cool. And you'll really like it because they've got some bits where they're marching in greatcoats.
Ken
kills me. Do you think he's despairing right now?
Yeah, I love winding him up. It's great, isn't it? As Dom can't red card me, I'm painting a big yellow dreadnought as a break from fresh Napoleonic infantry. No, I won't red card you for that. Nah. So James saying he assembled more cavalry today. French degree. Everyone's on cavalry. Everybody's on cavalry.
Maybe it should be
cavalry month.
We should have just done a drive, done like a mass painting live stream.
We should. Do you know what? We should do something like that. It's like start the month.
What, like
the
a
first
24-hour live stream?
Not necessarily that, but like say like you could say, you know, this month's focus in the hobby for us is going to be a standard unit, an artillery piece, or like cavalry or something like that. Why don't you paint something up and stick it on the Facebook group or something? You know.
Yeah,
or flyer or something.
Yeah. A flyer.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? A cannonball. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
That's a good shout. This is great because I don't have to keep an eye on the comments of this because this is your stream, but I've just seen them. Luke Farrell said Giles Christian. He does books and he's friends with Harry Sidebottom that we had on Dom's stream.
He had a book out on a Thursday. Did you know that?
Why didn't we get him to sign a book and give one away?
I don't know. We're stupid. I'm sure he would have done as well.
Yeah, I know. I was like, he's done some. He's just written 2 cool books about the Dark Ages as well, but not Vikings. Don't worry, it's all about
you were trying to send me a new book because I wanted one to listen to, didn't I? So I wanted it was that it's that spin-off that Bernard Cornwell done. He done his first one.
The Arthur ones. The Winter King.
The Winter King. Yeah. I need to. I'm tempted to listen to it, but I'm also tempted to get into Romans. I want something a bit more factual. Like I want to, I think I might want a biography sort of thing. So I've just finished, mate. I've listened to that Second World War. You know that book that Anthony Beevor one, the 40-hour one.
I've got it in. I've got it in as a book. I got it at like a charity shop. I've never read it though.
Yeah,
it just sits there. And I like it on my bookshelf.
Well, I've listened to it all. It's 44 hours worth of listening. Yeah. So I've done it all, and obviously that one's not going to go back because it's a really good reference for bits and bobs throughout the whole war. And I've just started listening to D-Day again, but I want something a bit more like that. But I don't know what. It's really hard.
The thing is, if you want to do ancient stuff, the problem is it's all based on like secondary sources. And, it's a little bit.
It's harder, isn't it? But round Napoleonic sort of side of things, there's still. You know, like Bernard Cornwell's done for Waterloo. There's got to be other books like that based.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a couple I can send you. I think there's some people in the comments who are suggesting ones to you now. Like Con Eagledon, he did a good series about Rome. Yes, he's a good shout.
Yeah, semi-factuals. Semi-factuals, fine. You know,
Con Eagledon did. He did a really good one about the Mongols. I really enjoyed that about Genghis Khan. He's done the one about the Wars of the Roses that I enjoyed until the last book, and then I got really frustrated because it's like halfway through he just didn't care anymore. just like everyone he was interested in had died, and it got to the end. He was like, "Yeah, I don't care." He managed to skip through like 12 years of history in like really quickly. It's like, oh, come on. Basically, he didn't want to get involved in the Richard III stuff. I think he was like interest upset. I was like, you can't really write a book about a series of books about this without like dealing with it. But anyway, but he's done a good one about Caesar. I'm sure he's done one about Caesar.
That's cool, man.
He did one about Wellington and Napoleon as well. But like a series of where they're growing up, like what they were doing in their younger years. I have to look them up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I need to discover all of this. You know, sometimes it's really nice. Like for myself, obviously, I only listen to books. I don't read them. But, when I find one that I think, oh, that sounds all right. That sounds a bit all right, and it actually turns out to be actually really good, and I'm like, oh, I'm glad I picked that now. You know?
Yeah, it gives you ideas as well. Like,
yes, that's another problem.
Yeah, I know.
That is very much another problem, especially listening to like Lord of the Rings stuff at the minute. It's like, oh shit, that would look really good in my army. That ballista. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, it's glad for Lord of the Rings. For Middle Earth, I've kind of just decided it's narrative play all the way with that.
Did you see that there's a new Lord of the Rings cartoon series?
Yes, cartoon.
Yeah, they've commissioned like an anime.
It's a cartoon series.
Yeah, it's like an anime.
Amazon
have got their series, which everyone seems to be really worried about. But they've done a.
It's based on the first age, though, isn't it? Or the second age?
It's based in the second. It's based in the second age, but there's been no details. Has released sort of like about it, so I think people are a bit concerned that it's going to stray a bit too far, but I don't know, we'll see. But there's a they've released they're doing a TV cartoon anime series, but it's called War in Rohan. It's all about prior to when Aragorn and that lot come to Rohan, and like their constant war against the Easterlings and Isengard.
Because I'm really surprised that they've never like the first book, whatever it's called, I can never remember it.
Silmarillion.
I'm really surprised they've never done a series on that. Like not a series.
I think that's what this series is going to potentially be. I read somewhere. Of course, everything is so.
There's only one Gandalf though, isn't there?
Up in the air. Yeah, but Gandalf doesn't come into it till the third age, so you haven't got to worry about him.
But that's what I mean. But I would miss Gandalf.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like Lord of the Rings without Gandalf, or like Middle Earth, I should say, without Gandalf.
That's very true.
Just doesn't, especially with
there's some characters that would still be there, but I don't know if they would have turned up for the TV. Elrond would be there, Galadriel.
Yeah.
Sauron. That's about it.
Haldir, the elf.
Haldir would be there, yeah. Legolas technically. Oh no, he was born in the third age.
Yeah, his dad would be there though, wouldn't it?
Thranduil, yeah, he'd be
would be there. Yeah. Right, so that's 9 done. So now, what have you done with like your mix of horses? You kept browns, or you put a bit? Have you chucked a bit?
I do 2/3 as brown, and then so I do 6 as brown, and then I do 3. I do like 1 white, 1 grey, and 1 black.
Oh, okay. What grey do you use?
Space Wolves grey.
Oh, you actually use Space Wolves grey.
Space Wolves grey. It's got it's a bit lighter. Because I find Basilicanium grey. You might as well just use Black Templar. It's just too. Yeah, it's just so similar. And then I use Basilicanium grey for the mains, so I won't. So I mix up the mains. So on a black horse, I use Basilicanium grey for the main.
So you don't use any of the lighter colours like the Skeleton Horde and stuff like that.
I do when I've got some.
Right. You've got it.
So I'm running. I need to do a big trip and buy a load of paints. Yeah, I've got I need. God, I've got an ongoing list here that I'm just writing. I need Snakebite leather, Skeleton Horde, Ulfon grey, Corax white, some form of yellow, some form of electric blue, Blood Angels red, Mournfang brown, Evil Sun scarlet, Wildwood. The list just keeps going.
You're running out, mate.
No, stocked up. It's the lockdown stock. It's coming to an end.
Yeah, that's not good. That's really not good. But what else we got here? So, want to read a book that will give you Ancient Warfare? Try Donald Keegan's I'm not even going to pronounce that.
Peloponnesian.
There you go. Not fiction, though. Dragoons were used quite often during the Civil War because they're the best of both mounted. There you go. Using the Civil War because the best of both mounted and dismounted troops. Yeah, very true. ECW historical fiction. Oh, okay. Try the Bleeding Land.
Yeah, that's it. Giles Christian. That's Harry's Sidebottom's friend.
Right. Okay. This is the English Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I shall definitely give that.
I think he's done 2. I think there might be a third one. I'm not sure. But no, I've got that one downloaded as well.
Yeah, no, Simon the Scarecrow about Wellington and Napoleon. Okay. Matt Stain, keep an open mind about the Amazon. Yeah, definitely. I never slate anything until it's out. What's the point? You can't.
Oh yeah, no, the thing is like with
they've got a lot to base on, haven't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to, even though Amazon's producing some wicked shit, we're all going to expect it to be filmed in the same style as the films have been, but it's probably not going to be, is it? It's going to be filmed differently.
Do you know what I think the best thing Amazon has produced so far is?
Go on.
There's a TV series, and it's animated at the minute. It's just called Invincible. And I think it's the best thing they've done. I think it's brilliant because it's finally a comic, like it's because everyone's into graphic novels and comic book series and everything at the minute. And it's written by the guy that did Walking Dead.
Yeah.
But they kept it animated and it's done in the same style as the graphic novel. And I was just like, good.
Oh, nice.
Because it's quite, and it's ridiculously brutal and quite funny. So it's worth checking out. But
something a bit different, isn't it?
There are a lot of TV series. The problem is at the moment, you never know if they're going to get cancelled. They always seem to get cancelled quite quick.
You watched that Sweet Tooth on Netflix?
Not yet. It's on the. Why is that being cancelled? Because I won't bother watching it.
No, I don't because it's free series. No, they're bringing it forward.
Oh right, okay.
It's done so well. They're bringing series 2 forward really quick. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. I'd never heard of the comic before, but Laura was well pissed off. Like, how did I get her to watch a post-apocalyptic fantasy program? Just doesn't make sense, does it? When you say it like that. But she was like on the edge of her seat, loving it, sort of thing. And then when it come to the end of the series, she was pissed. She was pissed as fuck because she didn't realize that it was a free series thing, free part.
Oh,
so you don't find out obviously what happens at the end because I don't know either. But she was like, "I've got to wait for this," and I said, "Yep." And she was like, "For fuck's sake." Really angry, and I said, "I've got to get just 2 minutes. I've got to get a camera." She's like, "Why?" I said, "Because it's the only time in my life where you're going to be annoyed about not watching a post-apocalyptic fantasy program."
That is frustrating when stuff like that happens. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there was a program on probably about 5 years ago called Home Fires. It did like a series on BBC or whatever it was, ITV.
Oh right.
And it ended with a Spitfire crashing into a butcher's, right? And there was a family inside of it, okay? And we don't know what happened. And we still don't know to this day because ITV cancelled the next series.
Oh, God. Yeah, but they did. Sometimes they bring things back. Like Deadwood got cancelled after season 3. And then 10 years later, they did like a hour and a half, 2 hour long special just to finish it off when they got enough people interested.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a bit annoyed about that.
There's what's that series? There's a series called The Devil's Horde that's set in the Civil War. That's on YouTube. It's not how do I put this?
Accurate.
Yeah, it always doesn't really concern itself with accuracy. It's about it. It's all right though. It's fun, I guess. It's entertaining. If you want to wind Miller up, you can watch Cromwell. And that really.
I've watched it. I've watched it. It's the only bit of Civil War I knew about. To be fair, I thought we got told in school when I was learning that was how it happened.
They give Cromwell, you know that guy that I painted up and I did a video on the other day, Astley, who does that famous prayer. They gave it to Cromwell, who's on the other side.
Yeah, but when I was doing school, they said that's how it all happened.
Yeah, they said that when I was at school, Elizabeth had just come out with Kate Blanchett in it, and I remember being shown that, and it's not at all.
No. No.
If you want to watch a good video, actually go on History Buff's YouTube channel and watch him eviscerate it. It's quite entertaining.
I like doing that because he done Waterloo, didn't he? And he loved it.
He did it. He just said, "This is how you do it."
Yeah.
He said if the things that he pulled apart, well, didn't even pull them apart. He said these things are so because
minor.
I can't see. They're so minor. So like the ball at the start isn't in a hall; it's like in a barn. But who cares? Like he said, everything else is they recreated a battlefield and used reserves from the Russian army to build it. So it looks amazing. If you want to watch him go nuts about one, watch his review of Apocalypto, the sort of Mayan one, because he goes absolutely.
I remember
nuts.
Is that the Mel Gibson one?
Yeah, he goes absolutely. He gets really angry in that one. It's quite funny.
Well,
especially because he said that people in it, like, basically, it's along the idea is they don't know whether they're meant to be depicting the Mayans or the Aztecs, and the Mayans predate the Aztecs. And but at the start of the film, you see people who died of smallpox, but smallpox happened when we took it over there, when Westerners took it, Europeans, took it over. And then of course the film ends with them turning up. That you're sort of like wondering throughout the whole thing. He just gets really angry. It's quite funny. I just like he's quite entertaining. He's quite entertaining.
I liked what he did with Gettysburg because I love that film.
He loved that one as well, didn't he?
I love that film. I've got to admit, I'm quite a fan.
That's very, very similar to Waterloo, though, in the way they did it, isn't it? But that's what happens when you use reenactment groups and historians who can come at the weekend and have all their own stuff and will help and make it look authentic, rather than a costume department that's worried about how to make the hero look good.
And a budget.
And a budget, yeah. Yeah,
and a budget, 100%. We got well off topic with Cavalry.
Yeah. Sorry,
Cavalry. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. You probably just listened to us ranting and raving. What's Jim put here? Gonna get that, I reckon, Dom. What's it Dom asked for? Oh, books. Still on the books. Witchfinder General. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Vincent Price. What a film.
1968 Hammer Horror. Okay.
I mean, again, it's a great film, but obviously because that was round here that the Witchfinder General was operating. He did his biggest ever execution in Bury St Edmunds, which is where I work as well.
I have no idea what that is again. Sorry.
What's that?
Witchfinder General. What is it?
The Witchfinder. Basically, he was a sort of a Puritan who went around accusing loads of people of being witches and whipping up people into a bit of a sort of fever, and and then basically getting people. But he gave himself the title Witchfinder General, but he was told basically stop that, and then he went back to his farm and stopped. But I think most people think he was killed, but no, he went back. In Bury, the weird thing is that if you go to Bury St Edmunds Museum, I think they got one of the people he hung. They had them skinned, and they used the skin to line a Bible, and the Bible's in the museum.
That's fucking gruesome.
Yeah, I know.
That is proper gruesome.
But they were the witch.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. It's quite interesting actually because Agincourt, the book Agincourt is not Agincourt, fucking Heretic series. The 100 Years War.
Oh, the Grail Quest. Yeah,
the Grail Quest series. Yeah. So there's a lot of witch mentioning in that, obviously, and excommunication from the church. Quite a lot of religion in it. I really like that series actually. There's a fourth one that's not really tied to the Grail Quest itself. It's like afterwards, maybe 10 years down the line. I haven't listened to it yet. No, I haven't listened to it because I just liked how the stories were like interlinked. But the actual Grail Quest series, listening to those was really cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed those ones. There's some of his less popular ones, but I enjoyed those.
Yeah, I did as well, especially it being about the 100 Years War. It was definitely.
It's always. I like it when I like it when witchcraft ends up in there. I like it when people try. They do the kind of the
heresy.
Is it witchcraft or is it nature? And these people just know like when there's going to be an eclipse and that. Something that bugs me is if you watch the White Queen, which is the based, the Wars of the Roses and the Philippa Gregory thing. And I was quite enjoying it until they actually started chucking curses out and doing some witchcraft. And I was like, oh, please don't do that.
Yeah. And it's like things now, like they're being excommunicated from the church and all that sort of stuff, and then genuinely being worried and shit like that because a priest or a bishop's like.
Well, that's why I did that guy for the Wars of the Roses, because I was reading some book and it just mentioned that
massive.
They got excommunicated. So after the first battle of the battle in Northampton, they none of the Lancastrians should have been buried because they were excommunicated.
Yeah. So
somewhere there's a big pit with a lot of Lancastrians in it, but also the effect that would have had on morale. Yeah, you'd like to find that bit. Yeah, it would be. But but no, I am enjoying painting these cavalry. I've just realised I've gone a step ahead because I got the wrong colour out, but I don't want to waste the paint, so I'm having now to paint like the boots.
Because you don't use a wet palette.
I don't want to use a wet palette.
I don't even want to think what my wet palette smells like. I haven't opened it in 2 weeks.
I don't want to use one. How long?
About 2.5 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, I need to just.
The paint will just go and paint the model itself. It will just walk out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, let's just open it up now and have a little look. Oh yeah, there's mold on that. Lovely. Still wet though. Yeah, let's we'll get rid of that sheet in a minute. 100%. But yeah, no, is cavalry wise, I don't think I'm going to have too much of a drama in painting these per se. I don't think it's going to be a nightmare. I think they're going to be quite quick once I painted all the horses and I do them in sections of 9 and stuff like that.
Well, I've done all 9 horses in the time we've been on.
You've done 9 horses?
Yeah, from minus the.
Oh right.
No, without the weathering. So just without the weathering, they're done. Except for the cloth. Like I said, I got the wrong color out, so they would be all done. Sorry, so they're one thing off being done. So they don't.
What size brush do you use to paint the horse?
I'm using a number 1 at the minute.
I'm using a 2.
So I use a number 1 or 2 to do all the horse flesh, and then no, I don't use anything smaller until I come in to do some, stippling or dapple, whatever you call it, dappling, or.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit too finicky with it. I don't know. I don't think I'm that slow of a painter either. You just must be bloody quick.
I just work out a way to.
I just don't want to miss any of it.
Do you know the quickest mounted type model that I ever painted was, and I couldn't believe it. It's that elephant that I did for the Carthaginians.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's all just with contrast paints. It was easy. It was just basilicanium. It was Space Wolves grey, basilicanium grey in certain areas, and then I used Guilliman flesh in like the creases, and then the ears and the trunk, and then just dry brushed it. And it's like,
you painted the reins as well. Then you done all the reins and stuff on those horses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just done them. Dark
Actually, to be fair, how many have I painted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm on 9 now, actually.
Yeah, it's like I said, the whole lot that I did already, they took 3 hours, including basing, start to finish.
Rob Jones, chaps, hit the like button. Cheers, Rob. It means a lot. It does help. It really generally does help. It does get your videos shown out to more people, which is really helpful, actually, to be fair.
Well, I actually found out, you probably don't want to know this, but actually if you hit the dislike as well, that it increases engagement. It's only if the dislike gets higher than the like that it starts. I found that out. But yeah, don't.
It's controversial. Yeah, it's all good. Any interaction is good because it's engaging. Especially on Martin's videos. Mate, you got there's right. Here's a topic for you then. So, how's that video panned out for you now? Then that latest one you did, because you had a lot of dislikes for that, but I thought it was really good.
Yeah, but they all disappeared.
What do you mean they disappeared?
So I got set. So I got it come out. Yeah. What, the one about the ECW? You mean?
Yeah. ECW.
No, it went. Yeah, it got really good traction, and then in a space of like I think it was an hour, it got like 7 dislikes in a row, and I was just like, what? That just seems a little bit weird, like especially because it was, I basically couldn't sleep because it was really, really hot, so I just happened to be looking, I looked and then
Looked at your phone.
And then I just, it just kind of comes up and you're like, oh, that's happened. Okay, that's weird. And then they all disappeared. So I don't know.
What, they had to dislike some, maybe it's something YouTube did then.
I don't know. I think it's got 1 or 2 at the moment. So I don't know. It's weird. They don't bother me particularly, but then, like we said before, I just rather know why.
I wish you
like if they drop down.
Yeah, that would be nice either way. For a like or a dislike, it would be just like a little drop down to say why you liked it, why you didn't.
But a lot of the times, I think I found, and I think other YouTube, from what I've heard, and speaking to other people, it's more to do with people just sort of like they watch the first 20 seconds of a video and they don't like the subject. It's not necessarily the content. I mean, they might not like your content, but that's why you get an impression. So if someone said, so for example, if I did a video on, say, Star Wars Legion, someone might watch that and go, I don't want to watch a video about Legion and dislike it, rather than is the video any good?
I remember. I actually, to be fair, I did that to Linus Tech Tips in a rage. He was doing a video about the new graphics cards, the 3080 Ti. He was backing them up, saying Nvidia were awesome. And I was thinking, you absolute fucking twat. So I just disliked it for that reason. And that was the reason I disliked it, because I thought, why are you defending it when they're absolutely being dickheads?
But that's what it comes down to. It's like, is it content or is it subject? Some people just don't like the subject, or they'll just look at your title, I think, and go, oh, I don't want to watch another Wars of the Roses battle report. So
I'll dislike it because then he might get.
So it's not worth getting worried about. Obviously, if you started like cranking up loads, then you might be, hang on, there might be something I need to look up. But it's just more sort of like, oh, I'd just rather know. Is it the length? Is it the
what is it?
What is it?
What is causing the drama? No, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't forget all those watch. Oh yeah, Luke's got a point. Cheers for watching on the catch up, guys.
I wasn't going to remind him, and then I was going to tell him when we came offline.
Yeah. As instructed, I hit the dislike button. Cheers, Dom. Thanks, mate.
He's a pal, isn't he?
Oh, he's a good mate, isn't he? What a
he
friend.
Is.
What a friend. He is. Oh, dear. I'll tell you what, though. It's been nice, actually, managing to sit here and paint some horses. And I'm thinking about the other day. I was thinking about, because I think I've got 6 or 8 troops of cavalry to do mine for the Napoleonics. Yeah, I know you.
Why?
I'm pretty sure.
But you've already done 3 or 4, haven't you?
I've done 3.
So why do you do more?
Because I wanted to do 3 of heavy.
What game are you going to be playing where you need to do that many?
Don't know. Just don't know.
I did that. That's why I bought loads, and like I kind of sitting there now going, when am I ever going to be using it? Which is why we've been chatting about, the kind of the way that we're going to do a game where we have like a cavalry engagement followed by an infantry engagement. So that's a way of doing it. But
yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? It's like
but
still, I just maybe just being able to have the option there to be able to actually do it. It's one of them. I think that's the thing that's behind it for me, just being able to have the option to say, I'll
see, for Napoleonic cavalry, I just find that. Why is Dom put #blame Martin?
I have no idea. What have you done now?
Well, I don't know. It's like a trending hashtag in the Facebook group. I saw that, and I was just really confused. I was like, but also, I'm going to start #I regret nothing.
Hashtag send me free stuff because I've got you free stuff. I've got you the stuff.
I would really like to know, actually, now someone's pointed out, how many people have bought into, and not because I want to rave about it, just how many people have actually bought into Dead Man's Hand if you're either watching the videos or heard us talking about it. It'd just be interesting.
I think they owe you a bit of commission, mate. Let's put it that way.
Can I request like stuff for the next plastic set? That would be like
yes, please. Can you do all 4 of us? I always thought that. I thought that would be really cool, like us 4 in a gang. I thought that would be really, really.
You could probably make that out of the set already. I might have to do that.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Oh, we could do that. We could do that at CrackCon. We could have the plastic crack gang against some cowboys, like against Wyatt Earp or something. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it would be quite cool. It's just like how you make some rules up for him. That would be free. If you're watching Great Escape Games,
I still want. Do you know what I want above anything? I want a bartender. I want a Western bartender.
It would be really cool,
but I know you could kind of like you could probably make him somehow. But I want him with like the cloth over his shoulder.
Yeah,
you know, and then like a shotgun, and have him as like a quite a portly chap. You know, but maybe with like I don't know. I just think it'd be cool.
A portly chap. You're so polite.
What I did say, I did say a fat bastard or something.
Yeah,
like
that sort of thing. Yes. What? So buff coats then. What color would you go for your buff coats?
I'm using right. So I had a bit of a crisis about this because I was originally going to use Skeleton Horde, but when I looked at some pictures, it's a lot darker. So I used as a base. I used Nazdrag Yellow.
Right. Did you not try the Agros Dunes?
I did, but I didn't like it.
No, one for you.
No, it weren't for me. I wanted it to be a bit more stark in a way. So I used Nazdrag Yellow.
Yeah.
Then I
because I'm basically going to copy you, so don't.
Oh right. Oh okay. Well, funny enough, as I got 3 email requests following that last video, I'm doing a painting guide on ECW Cavalry, which is why I haven't painted this one yet. That's why he's sitting there waiting to be done.
That's why he's sitting there waiting there.
Yeah, I did Nazdrag Yellow over the normal Zenithal highlighted Cavalry. Then I did 50-50 strong tone, quick shady wash thing. Then I edge highlighted it with a bit of Ushabti bone, just where it's just around the bottoms of the buff coat, and then on a couple of the creases. And then I just hit the whole thing with a dry brush on. Yes, I did at the end of that, and that seems fine. I was really pleased with how they come out. Yeah, I'm quite chuffed with them. I don't know what it was. The Agras Dunes just didn't. I did try it, but I think I don't know.
What was your primer? What were you using?
Oh, Chaos Black and then Black and then Zenithal.
You did the Zenithal,
white,
did you?
Just white.
See, it might work with me then because I've got more of a darker grey, so it might work.
Yeah,
because it all depends on like your background colour, doesn't it? It's like I'm looking at these horses now, and the Skeleton Horde for me. If I was to do that buff coat, like I'm looking at the buff coat now, I'm looking at a picture of one. Maybe a little bit too light, just a little bit, but I just thought the Agras June sort of colour would actually.
It might be, as long as you hit it with a dry brush of something, and you get that wear and that sort of random wear and tear on it. I've just seen Luke's comment. That's quite funny. My wallet wishes I'd switched off due to the subject matter on Seventh Son. In the last 18 months, I've now bought ECW badges and burrows. Dead Man's Handle, and now tempted by Wars of the Roses. Hashtag I blame mine. Just give in to the Wars of the Roses. I'm going to send Steve some stuff because he was talking about it.
You definitely won. You definitely won in regards to the Wars of the Roses or 100 Years War. You definitely won that battle, didn't you?
Oh, what which is more? The thing is they're both really interesting. The thing is the Wars of Roses is just a lot more brutal because that in the 100 Years War you kind of still have that chivalry thing going on, and then the Wars of Roses is like bugger that.
Yeah,
we're gonna just kill everybody. I don't. But then you wouldn't have it without the 100 Years War. The whole cause of the Wars of the Roses, the causes of the Wars of the Roses are rooted in the 100 Years War. That's why it rolls into it. So
Henry the Fish shouldn't have died.
No.
Pretty much.
No, it was all his fault basically for dying and leaving and
having a shit.
Unfit king. Okay, admittedly he was like 2 or something at the time, but
yes. But yeah, I watched that the other day again. Your favorite film, The King.
What's that? It's not.
It's not good for historical accuracy. Don't get me wrong, but it's good.
It's not that. I think it's a good film, but when they said they were doing it, I was like, "Rah, we're gonna have a really good like Agincourt battle," and it's pants. and the Dauphin of France turns up and
He's
just
not
gets
even
stabbed
there.
to death in the way. He wasn't even there. Well, it doesn't even bother me like that. It's just like, that's just crap. And there's like 5 guys in the English army, and he's hiding in the woods. And I was like, what's this?
What is this?
There's some other bits in it that were really cool, like and I quite enjoyed. And but it's a mix. It's not meant to be a story. Isn't it like partly an adaptation of Shakespeare?
Yeah.
As well. It's like a cross between history and Shakespeare, and
no, exactly.
Yeah.
It's always fun when Shakespeare gets involved for historical accuracy.
As a ardent Yorkist and supporter of Richard III, I could not agree more.
Oh dear. Where's yeah, so that's that. I'm just trying to work out what other colours I might go with my horses. So I'm going to probably go Space Horse Grey, but I've managed to get a fair bit painted so far.
Do you try to so you're going to paint all 40 horses in one go? Yes. Did you say?
Yes. I will paint all these horses at once, just because then they are done, and then it's
what. And then maybe do 9 riders and do the unit to end, or
yeah. I'll do the 9 riders because they're going to be different. So I'll do the 9 riders, then
right.
I'll finish that unit. Then I'll do the 9 riders, finish that.
Cool.
Unit. Yeah.
Cool. So have you bought? Because you're doing.
No, I'm still. Same... No, yeah. This is the thing. I wanted you to send me. I've asked you 100 times for these links, like, and you.
I've sent them to you every single time. Yeah.
Yes, but I want the exact ones you're using. So
these ones. These are the ones I'm using for Cavalry.
Yes, but I can't find them. They're probably like, what size are they? This is the thing.
It's not to do with sizes. You just need the number that's written on them.
Oh my god!
It just says for King, FK and P. So for King and Parliament 6. That's Cavalry for King and Parliament. So they measure. If you want to know what they measure, it's 70 mil. 70 fucking. They're 70 mil by 80. All right, but they're called F for King. I'll just send you the links. I'll just send you the goddamn links. In fact, should I just order them and send you the bases?
Yeah, that'd be easier. Could you? I'll tell you what. Send me the links. I'll get it up on. I'll get it up on the stream and people can have a quick look.
Right, hang on. Let me find it. Jesus Christ, Ken. Right,
oh dear. Just Lionheart said he's just started painting Water Roses. Brilliant. Painting Billman for Lord Hastings. Very nice. Man.
Oh, yes, he did. He is. Hastings is a legend. Unfortunately, got his head cut off, but he is a legend.
So on the Facebook, Lionheart, excellent. Welcome to the period. But so Battle Matt's saying welcome to joining it, and Battle Matt, thanks for the appreciation. Good. Ben's still blaming you for getting started this 2,000 plus miniatures battle of Catrabrow's project. What's the link for those bases? Wouldn't mind checking them out, James Cuss.
Right. Hang on. I'll put the link in. Hang on. I'll put the link in the private chat here. So Ken, links in the private chat, and then you can post it out. There you go.
Right. Okay.
Then you can share them. So they're the ones I'm using for Cavalry.
Okay. Oh, these were the ones I was looking at the other day. Okay, that's fine. At least I know I'm looking at the right ones.
Yeah, so they're the ones I'm using for Cavalry.
Yeah.
And then I've got a sort of one that I'm using for standard for Musketeers, and then I've got ones that I'm using for standard pipe blocks. And then because I did a large pipe block for the massive unit I did of Royalists, I used like this base they did. But you can buy them in battalion packs. You can get like. Yeah. That's the thing, but you can buy everything they do separately.
So if I share my screen then, guys. So you can see my screen, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. And...
Nope, sorry, I just clicked on something.
No, it's me being an idiot. So there we go. There's the screen. So that is your Cavalry, yeah?
That's the one I'm using for Cavalry. And because
I've even got it saved under favourites.
And then I'm using. Then if you go to his main.
That's on the strongest stuffs, yeah. Yeah. So that's not actually listed under where I thought it was listed.
That's listed under bases, funnily enough.
Yeah. No, but what I mean is it's not under pike and shot. It's under 2 the strongest.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. Do you order the magnets with it as well, or?
Yeah, I did because they're dirt cheap. So I just like these bases are so cheap, and you get like a proper pack. So I have, yeah. So the ones I'm using for pike blocks are FKMP1. It's on. Hang on a second. FKMP1 is
FKMP. No, that's P3. Oh, it's the FKP. It's that bundle, isn't it? £1.59 you're using in it. Is it the one where you've got FKP?
It comes with one FKMP1, but you can order them all separately. They're in here somewhere. You just got to find them. FKMP1. Where is it? This is like not. I swear to God, it's not this complicated. I swear. Hang on.
Just get to search it. FKP1. See what that comes up with. No, nothing. Oh, it's MP.
Maybe you do need to get them in the battalion pack. I ordered. See, the thing is, I ordered just a massive amount of them, so you. I think you're right. Yes, you ordered that battalion pack. That's it. Yeah. So it's this one. It's
that one?
It's on the second page. Oh, hang on. I'm not even looking at the screen.
Is it the one with the three same size and the separate size, or are we talking two?
It's the one with. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. So you get those. The idea is, I think, when they're playing to the strongest, they put the musketeers or 3 ranks on the ones either side. But I just use those for my bill. My bill, not my billman, pikeman. Bloody billman. But the way I'm basing them, I use 2 of those because you know how I've been. I'll show you. You know.
So which one is it? So you've got. You can see there's 2 here. So you've got the middle one split into.
So I use those middle ones for musketeers,
so
right?
4 in total,
yeah. So I use 4 of those per regiment, and then I use 2 of those larger ones. And then if you look at my screen, so I based them. Hang on a second. Shall I show? Can I do this? Do you mind if I just click something and see if this works?
Go on. Yeah, it's fine.
It's gonna work.
If you show you.
It worked. There you go. So if you look at so I use 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I base 1 like 3 ranks like that on the base, and then with the third, with the second base, that's where I put the charged pikes like that.
Yes.
And then I stick them together, and you get it like that.
That's it.
When they're in March, I'm just going to have them in this, and then when they deploy, I'll just put them in that because.
Okay.
I'm not.
No, that's cool. So what do you do for like your command?
You can buy a command pack in there of round ones.
Yeah, within the infantry, because you're going to move them, aren't you?
Oh no! I put them on the see that one at the top. I put them on one of those.
And then you just move it behind. You swap them over, yeah.
Yeah, because they went to the rear of the regiment. So hang on, I'll just make my screen big again. There you go. Look. So I just put them on one of those. See.
Yeah. So you got 2 of those. What's on the second one behind you then? What's behind those?
What do you mean?
So like you've got the 2 wings. Yeah.
So they either sit in front of the pikes or behind the pikes, and then either side you've got these same bases with. So they either sit in front like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Or when they're in combat, they sit behind, and then either side of these like this, you would have the musketeer 2 bases. So
there's one block of pike, 2 musketeers either side.
Yeah, and then command.
Cool.
And then command, yeah.
Wicked.
And they all. I don't know why I like these bases. It's because they do that weird little jigsawy thing that they all.
No, exactly. Yeah, I think it's quite cool. To be fair, man, I do like it.
And they're quite. I think they're quite good. I mean, £1.59 for. They're quite large bases. You have to order the magnets separate. They're quite cool. I've got look. That's look.
Yeah, I need to order.
They're all.
I haven't ordered any yet. I do need to order them. I just wanted to make sure I got the right ones.
Yeah. So if you want it, FK and P1 is what I use for the pipe blocks. FKMP3 is what I use for musketeers and command base and command elements in regiments, and FKMP6 is what I use for cavalry. Cannons, I haven't even, because the cannon set come with those resin bases that Warlord do, so I haven't had to base any up yet. So, but I guess I might use one of the cavalry size bases, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got quite a few cannon to do as well. I think I've got 5 or 6 cannons, to be fair. Quite a few. But yeah, what did some of you say? I like the casual counter bases you and your buddy used in that battle report you did. They were from 2. Hey. I like those.
Oh, you're talking about the Wars of the Roses stuff?
Possibly, yeah.
I don't think. I don't know. I think he got those from war bases. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to have to go as well for doing that. Yeah, because there's so many Hail Caesar.
Too many casualties.
Too many casualties. Pike and shot and black powder. Most units have a stamina of 3, so you're even after break test you drop that down to 3. So you only need 3 casualty figures, so it's a lot more feasible. Hail Caesar is 6.
Yeah.
So I worked out, because I've painted so many regiments of
you'd need
stuff
to spend a
with
long
roses.
time.
I think I worked out if every unit was shaken, I need 160 casualty markers, something like that.
Shit.
So I think I am going to have to sort of buckle and turn them into dials.
Yeah, I think that's the way you're going to have to go, mate. Sadly, it's one of
I've got some casualties for the English Civil War stuff. I've got the Warlord pack. They're actually quite cool.
No. See,
what are you?
What am I going to do for casualties?
Yeah,
I'm probably going to do dials. I think again, either dials or casualty base with a dead man and a dice. But I think dials will look a bit better. Again, it's having lots of different projects on the go at the moment. I want to get back to doing some more of this Lord of the Rings stuff. I'm on the 5th mag at the minute. But it's nice to paint some English Civil War, to be honest. And it's nice to paint it, like you said just now. It's nice to paint anything at the minute. I haven't painted jack shit in weeks, and it's nice to actually just sit here and speak to yourself and that, and just speak to the community and things, and actually get some hobby done for a change.
That's cool. Thank you for asking.
Always invite you guys whenever I do these live stream. I try and get you guys on. Anyway, always invite you.
Yeah, normally you do them like on a Saturday early afternoon or something, don't you? And the children are normally awake, so
children are awake causing issues. But yeah, no, I've got. I'll tell you what, guys. I've got Stuart coming back on Thursday.
Cool.
Stuart's going to come and do a live stream with me. Yeah, cool. Going to be doing some Lord of the Rings stuff, talking about how his project's going with ACW at the minute. Because he's obviously doing the epic scale stuff.
Yeah, I saw some of his stuff. He's
a very, very good painter, Stuart. Very good.
He does commission painting, doesn't he?
He is a commission painter. Yeah, that is his full-time job. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to try and get a blag in there at some point to say, Stuart, do you fancy a game, mate? I'd love to have a game. Get your epic stuff. I'd love to go up and play with his models, man. Literally.
Whereabouts is he?
Gloucestershire, so he's not far from me.
Yeah, okay. Hey, that's miles away from you, isn't it? Gloucestershire's near Wales.
It's like an hour and a half. It's not far.
Right. But you live on the south coast.
Yeah, but
It's
the motorway link. It's literally not far. This is weird. I've painted this horse in Space Wolves grey, but it's like a bluey grey. It's just straight.
Yeah, but when you put some wash over it, it'll look awesome.
Yeah, true. That's what I'm forgetting. Wash.
Trust me. I'm actually doing exactly the same on my Space Wolves grey horse now. Oh, I think it might look a bit weird. I wish I'd have had Space Wolves grey when I did the Scots greys for Napoleonics.
So what do you stick over it again? Sorry for that. Is it the brown or the black? Strong tone. Strong tone, yeah. Yeah, strong tone. Yeah, so it's a brown wash.
Strong tone, and then I don't even bother highlighting anything to do with that. I just what do you do for muzzles? Do you just paint the face of the horse all the same colour?
Yes.
I
do put white. I do put some white in there.
Yeah, I do some white markings, but I tend to leave this part of the horse, like the very tip, white, and then I put Guilliman flesh or Darko flesh on it, just because the ends of them, they're not always.
No.
I just started doing it, and now I can't not do it. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I never really thought of that, to be fair. I just normally paint the same colours. Like I don't bother standing out the inner bit of the mouth, the teeth, or anything. Hoofs, what colour? How do you do the hoofs?
I mostly cover them in mud, so I don't have to. But I usually do them basilicanium grey because.
Oh, okay.
That's no, but normally I just slap that mud over them, so I don't have to do them. All my battlefields are really muddy.
So, what are you thinking in regards? Obviously, we can't release any more information on the plastic crack to do with. CrackCon. We can't. We have you had any more info yet, or not?
Not yet. Not yet. I did mean to. I was meant to email him and chase some information, but
that's cool.
Stuff got away. So
no, I was just thinking about like obviously people. I don't know if people have been messaging you about because they've been messaging me asking about release dates. We're still not sure for ticket release date, but don't worry, you will get plenty of notice. It won't be last minute.
Yeah, no, it's I've had a few. The things I've had more. The things I've had are more inquiring about, like facilities and stuff, and that's kind of some of the info that we're waiting on because it all just depends on restrictions and numbers of people and we can have in and things like that. That's pretty much what it comes down to, and I think that might be why I haven't heard anything because they don't know either yet. You know, and they don't want to say one thing and then
be selling cows. Yeah,
exactly. You know, and then we sell X amount of tickets, and then we get a thing saying, "Yeah, we can't actually do that anymore."
Yeah, you kind of buggered. Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, so you know, but it's should be cool. I think there's going to be some ECW there, so I think Miller's bringing his staff forward. I think Battle Mat is planning on giving him a game at least.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're hoping to do the whole day, aren't we? So, it's one of them. We're trying to open till close sort of thing. We might be able to speak to him about times he's open and stuff like that. We'll just have to. It's all things we have to work out, isn't it? Before we release these final information. We need to know what hotel to book that's nearby. There is one very nearby. Don't worry. There certainly is.
There is.
But
right.
It's definitely getting towards that time of stopping because I've just realised it's 9:20, so it's flown by.
Yeah.
So, guys, have you got any questions you would like to ask me and Martin? I'll just go through the comments quickly once more just to make sure we haven't missed anything out. So, James is painting his Austrians a bit like white scars. You seen that? I'm painting my Austrians a bit like white scars on the Napoleonic skin. Yeah, mate, 100%. I can never live that down, will I?
Oh, going on a t-shirt. There will be a special t-shirt, a limited edition t-shirt with a ultramarine wearing a shaker.
Yeah, jeez. Can you imagine? Oh my god, that is just like I'm just imagining that in my head right now. It's funny. Oh dear. Next bit of flesh on the model. We need Perry Horse reference sheet. Yes, we do. A Perry Horse reference sheet, 100%. Problem is that all horses are very different. Yes, 100%. Oops, you just said it. Yeah. Any ideas on how we'll sort out tables? I'm interested in ECW. Oops, you just said it. Dear, yes, you did, mate. I'm glad you gave me a laugh. To be fair, I've had an absolute crap week, so it's nice to have a laugh. 100%. But yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll finish painting this one horse quickly, and then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, so Martin, what's your plan for get done before Monday? Are you going to do any more hobby this week?
Well, tomorrow we're going because it's Father's Day tomorrow. So are we going to the pub? No. Are we going somewhere that I would like to go? No. We're going to Dinosaur Adventureland in near Norwich because it's my daughter's birthday next week. But dads get to free entry and unlimited coffee tomorrow, which is going to come in handy. So my daughter today, she was like, I said, do you know what we're doing tomorrow? She went, yeah, we're going to Dinosaur Adventure World. And I said, do you know what day it is? And she was like, it's Father's Day. I said, yeah, Daddy's going to have free coffee. And she's like, is that beer? Like, no, it's coffee. And she goes, would you prefer it was beer? I said, yes. but Daddy wouldn't be driving. Daddy wouldn't be looking at any dinosaurs.
Mummy would definitely be driving.
Mummy would definitely be driving. That I'd going into a theme park and there being unlimited beer. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
So I may not get these done before Monday.
I think you've done enough though, haven't you?
I've done. I'll do a little sneak peek. I think I sent you a picture of this earlier. I finished this today. It's another command-based
Yes, you did.
But I've done a video on that about how I do the cobblestone road bases, because I always, whenever I put up videos about with command bases, people say, "Can you do a video about how you do command bases?" It's like, so I thought, okay, I might as well. So it's not. I don't know how interesting that's going to be for people, but
I'm sure people will like it. I like your command bases. Your command.
People ask. That's because I've made you one and you want it.
Yeah, I know, I'm still waiting for it.
I'm not going to post it. You could have had it. You could have had it in 2 weeks' time. But no. Yes, we were going to meet up and have a game, weren't we? But we can't now. Yeah. I will probably still be painting. I imagine I'll still be just finishing these off on the stream. I might be doing the basing, something like that.
Well, I'm hoping to try and do these, at least finish painting all these horses. That'd be nice. If I could do that, I'd be well happy. But Lord of the Rings is definitely cool.
It is. I keep looking. I've got a few Rohan warriors I need to finish off, and then I'm like, I'll go and do that, and then I open up something else historical.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I tell you what. Unrelated. Played a really, really good game of Wild West Exodus on Wednesday night. We were trying it out for the first time because we just used all the Dead Man's Hand terrain.
Yeah.
So it's sci-fi, steampunky Wild West, and it was good fun. It's got some fun mechanics in it. Yeah, it's got some. You get these. You've got a hand of 3 cards, and they've got guts and glory written on them, right? And it's quite a simple system. It's D10 based. You roll a D10, add your score. If you get higher than 10, you pass. Yeah, but that's how you avoid dying as well. So if you get shot, you roll a D10, add your toughness, and if it's over 10, then you don't die. But that means that there's no multiple wounds. You can die from a single shot of anything. So you can even the biggest character can be taken out by like a pistol. Yeah. But you've got these cards, and they're called Guts and Glory. And on one half of the card, it says Guts, and it's like get an extra action or add one to your roll. So you can play it like as you do a roll. And then the other side says Glory, and it's like as soon as you get to the center of the table, play this, get a victory point, and they're little extra victory points you can play in the game to get smart, in the game. Yeah, but so your question is, do you use it for your bonus or do you use it for the victory point? And some of the cards are evil because like on it says like, you'll get +4 victory points if you play this, or you get +10 to a roll. You're like, oh shit, what do I do?
It's like a guarantee roll.
Yeah, it's quite a cool little system. But yeah, that's oh no. Oh bugger.
What have you done? Drops another model in paint?
No. I've got them all lined up and they've just dominoed.
I hate when it kept happening to me last week, didn't it?
Yeah.
So how many have I actually done then? So horses, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm happy with that. 14.
I've done 8. But I've also done all the leather work on the riders because I opened the wrong paint and I didn't want to waste it.
So quick, man, with painting like that. It's crazy. It's great. To be fair, I've been looking at the chat as well. But yeah. Guys, I tell you what, it's been great being able to do a stream on a Saturday. It's been really nice. So thank you very much for watching. And again, thank you on the catch up. I'm sure, again, this won't be the last time you see Martin on the channel. So yeah, nope. Thanks very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.